Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a Kentucky school mourns the loss of a beloved nurse after she was killed in an apparent hit and run. And an official from a local jail discusses the steps it takes to screen incoming inmates to ensure drugs stay out of the cells.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning to you, 5:35 here on your Tuesday. I'm Dakota Makris. Good morning. Let's take it over to Brandon for a look at that forecast. And Brandon, buddy, it's probably hard for people to wake up this morning.
Yeah, especially with some of that rain coming down, and no severe weather this morning. No, just some stronger storms. A lightning show for sure. I'll show you that here in a second on one of our cameras. But first, let's go to live pinpoint Doppler radar and track the rain. Heaviest bands on the way out, but we are watching this cell right here coming into parts of Perry County out of Leslie County. Hayden, it's past you right now coming toward Hazard. And as we take a look at our Buffalo Mountain camera, we'll stay on it for just a second. So again, vivid lightning out there. It's pointed to the west, back over toward those storms there, and we can see a great shot from this camera here, especially early in the morning when it's still a bit dark outside. 61 up there today, and we'll continue to see again some possibilities for some warm air in place this morning and this afternoon. 56 in Grundy, the cool spot. 70 in Monticello, the warm spot. Day planner for today: storms early, drier late. Temperatures top out in the mid-70s. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. A school nurse at Rise STEM Academy for Girls in Lexington was killed Saturday night in what police are calling a hit and run. 60-year-old Lynette Lane spent 4 decades in healthcare. Mariah Congito shares how she's being remembered.
The students would see her beyond needing the medical services. They would come in just to be greeted and talk to her, give her a hug.
Lynette Lane was a school nurse at Rise STEM Academy for Girls for the last 2 years. This position is employed by the Fayette County Health Department, who shares what she meant to those who had the pleasure of knowing her.
It is a great loss. It is something that our staff is really feeling this morning. I've seen several school health members already in tears.
Hall says she was dedicated to her job and was an example of just how important a school nurse is.
They are some of the only people in health care that these kids will connect to.
The director of Rise STEM Academy for Girls shared a message to the families. In it, it says, "We are heartbroken by this devastating loss for our school and community." It goes on to say her unwavering commitment and caring approach have earned her the respect and admiration of staff, students, and families alike.
We are sad for the schools, we are sad for those kids, but mostly we're sad for the family.
Hall says they met with Lane's husband, who shared more stories about Lynette as he mourns her loss.
He shared stories about her love and what she was doing this weekend and getting a pool ready for kids and talking about buying food and grilling food. And it's just a reminder of how fragile life is and to spend the time with those that mean something to you.
Hall says one of the family's biggest concerns right now is finding out what happened. As of now, police are still looking for the person responsible. Mariah Congito, WKYT.
The school says grief counselors were on hand Monday for anyone who was affected by her death. Well, parents are raising concerns following a situation at a Southern Kentucky school Monday morning. School officials say a student at Whitley County North Elementary School brought a kitchen knife to school, hurting a classmate's shoulder with it. The superintendent of Whitley County Schools, John Seiler, says since the situation was handled quickly, there was no threat to any other students, and school remained open for the rest of the day. But some parents and guardians we talked to say they still have concerns.
There's so many school shootings and injuries in schools now that I'm not going to lie. It's kind of makes me lean more towards homeschooling.
A message was sent out to parents asking them to discuss with their children that it is against the law to bring weapons of any kind to school. 3 people were arrested last week in Magoffin County after police say they found illegal drugs. State police conducted a traffic stop in Salyersville last Thursday. During the stop, police found 1 pound of suspected meth, half an ounce of suspected heroin, and drug paraphernalia. 33-year-old Nikki Spurlock of Martin was arrested on a trafficking controlled substance charge, among others. 29-year-old Megan Cates of Campbellsville was arrested on charges of trafficking, controlled substance, and possession of a controlled substance. And 39-year-old Sean Holbrook of Pikeville was arrested on a charge of trafficking controlled substance, among others. All three were taken to the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center. Well, keeping drugs out of jail cells is one priority for law enforcement, and steps have been added to the screening process to ensure safety in the region. Kentucky River Regional Jail administrators say many incoming inmates have drugs on them when they are screened. Assistant Administrator Adam Dials says even the most thorough searches sometimes fail.
They have certain ways they like to hide stuff and try to sneak it in. Once we get them, especially if they have drug charges, we will strip search them. We have to really take our time and go through their clothes because they'll hide them anywhere.
Dial says the most common drugs they find are Suboxone strips. After months of searching for a new home due to outgrowing its location in a recent fire, the Breathitt County Hunger Alliance has officially found a permanent home to serve the community. Olivia Calfee stopped by the location on Beattyville Road in Jackson to learn more about the new building.
After months of searching, the Breathitt County Hunger Alliance has found their forever home. CEO Patsy Clare says a woman graciously gifted them a new building.
She liked what we stood for and what our dreams, what our future dreams are. And that is to expand and to do more. You know, we don't want to be complacent in what we're doing now.
Claire says they still have a lot of work to do, but they are thrilled to continue serving the community.
This is our home now. And but you know, we need to get our lighting, we need to get electric, we need to get our water in here. I have a list of supplies that we need.
And she says she is amazed by the volunteers that have stepped up to help.
This building needed to be cleaned out. It's pretty much done. You've seen the amount of volunteers that we have out here right now, and they're hard at work.
Saying their hard work is another example of neighbors continuing to help their neighbors.
We as a society had gotten to where we didn't know our neighbor, you know, and then we had the flood, and your neighbor is who you depended on. The volunteers have often said this to me. Patsy, thank you for doing this, because we were sitting at home in our recliner waiting to die. Life was passing us by. But now you have given us a purpose. We have a reason to get up every morning.
And thanks to their dedication, Claire says the Breathitt County Hunger Alliance is not going anywhere.
Watch Facebook, because we will be getting our trucks back in. We will be going to God's Pantry for all the free stuff. And yeah, we'll take care of you. We'll do what we can.
That was Olivia Calfee reporting. Claire says they will be giving senior food boxes out this Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at the new location for those who are part of that program. And she says they plan to purchase the building next door so they can expand their efforts to the community. A new shopping center in Hazard is set to open in the early part of next year. Perryland is right off Highway 80 near East Perry Elementary School. GattiTown will be 15,000 square feet and a retail center will be 8,000 square feet. Hazard Mayor Happy Mobilini says he hopes it will bring a lot of traffic to the area.
It'll bring a lot of jobs. It'll bring a lot of traffic in here. I mean, if they come to GattiTown, they're going to stop and get gas. They're going to go to different places around here and shop. I mean, it's just a win-win for the whole county and the city.
Well, the mayor says he is excited to see this new addition to the county and the jobs it will bring. Well, just ahead this morning, dedicated fans of Taylor Swift decided to brave out a severe storm so they can see her perform.
And rain and storm chances will linger for a little while today before things start to dry out in the next coming days. I'll have the latest in about 3 minutes.